The Guadalajara Gay Games 2023 has come to an end. And it's been a week of beautiful moments. This is the first time the games have been hosted in Latin America, and I am wearing my volunteer shirt that I wore throughout the entire week. This is what identified us as volunteers for the games, which kind of gave us access to everything. It was open to everybody, so all the events were free. If you wanted to go, you were able to go. I believe that the only moment you had to get a ticket was for the opening night ceremonies, which was a spectacular event, which was hosted at the Polideportivo Metropolitano in Zapopan. About 5 years ago, I visited Guadalajara for the first time, and I fell in love with the city. And when I heard that the gay games were coming here, I felt like my two worlds were coming together, my US side and my Mexican side. The games, I'm told, were smaller than previous years as far as attendance, but as far as cultural activities and things to do, there was a ton. There were parties, there was events, talks, the games themselves, of course, not to mention all of the things you can do in and around Guadalajara. The games promote diversity and inclusion. And when I was very young, I really enjoyed sports. But as I grew older, sports became the conduit for the bullying that I endured. This isn't something I've thought about until these games. And I think that these games are an attempt to reverse that. You don't have to be the best, you just have to try. There are so many things to reflect on from this week. First, the camaraderie.
We did it!
It didn't matter if you were first or last. The crowd would cheer for you. Sometimes the cheers were louder for last place.
Next, the enthusiasm.
The energy at the opening night ceremonies made you feel like you were at the Olympics.
The heart-touching moments.
At track and field, I saw one participant walk up to a runner who had fallen to the ground after a race. He helped the runner up and stood with him arm in arm until the runner was able to walk again.
And let's talk about some of the negatives. We're gonna keep these short. After speaking to some visitors, they said that they probably would not come back to Guadalajara because it's not as tourist-friendly as other places such as Cancun or Puerto Vallarta. I want to talk about an experience I had at my hostel. I was wearing this shirt. One of my hostel mates asked me what it was all about, so I explained it to him. And it turned into this rant about how we're taking over everything. First, we have a Pride Month, and then we have this, and then we have that, and we have a different cause for everything. And he just started going off about how we should just be happy, I guess, with June being Pride Month. And I wish I could say that I was the activist that kind of shut him down with one brilliant, comeback. But I wasn't able to in the moment. I just decided to smile and grin and just, be the kind of person who gives him the information that he needs about what the games are all about. I didn't want to make him feel bad. But obviously, there's still a lot of work to do. These games are helping change that. To be honest, I was a little upset by that conversation, that confrontation. But the next day, when I came back into my hostel, I decided to go upstairs to the roof area to prepare some leftover food that I had. And there were a lot of people there. Among them was this one hostelmate where I had that confrontation with. I ended up overhearing him talking to someone else at the hostel. He was talking about all the positive things that I had mentioned about the game to him. So it was a negative that turned into a positive. It's kind of just hitting me right now, the fact that my response to him was probably the best way to respond so that he could, in turn, be an ambassador for the games in my absence. It is a big city. There was so much to do. And these events happen on the heels of Day of the Dead. So imagine the city was just beautiful. There were so many beautiful flowers, so many ofrendas that were set up. It was a wonderful time to be in the city. And I encourage anybody who has never heard of the games, keep checking it out. In 2.5 years, it's gonna be in Valencia, Spain. I'm inspired to go there. I've met so many wonderful people, so many nice people, so many people I now consider my friends. And I'm an introvert. I'm not somebody who likes to go up and be a part of a team sport, but I should be more a part of the community. I wanna go out there, I wanna put myself more out there, and that's what I'm doing, and I hope you can do that too. So that's my challenge to you. Go out there, put yourself out there, and we can be a part of this great community.
I've assembled a YouTube playlist of complete interviews from the gay games for you to enjoy. They're available in the link in bio or through the link in the description.